A very good evening, folks. I said I'll pop on, have a chat with you. It's just in regards to the game tomorrow, the final game of the season, as Celtic are looking to win their sixth treble in 9 years. Haven't been on for a while. Life is busy at the moment, but I'm looking to get back into it as soon as possible. I know we have a lot to chat about tonight. You know, Jesus, it's been a crazy 5 or 6 days, anyways. But I just want to say congratulations to our former manager Ange Postecoglou on winning the Europa League with Tottenham. Look, I've been feeling sorry for Ange over the last 3 to 4 months, but he's got over the line. He's Champions League football for Spurs next season. Will he stay at Tottenham past the summer? He's in a long-term contract. We'll see what happens. But it's about us tomorrow. It's about Celtic. It's about Brendan Rodgers. It's about, playing in the Hampden rain like we did against Aberdeen in 2017 to go invincible to win the Scottish Cup. It's going to be a hard one. I'm not going to lie to you. 3 people are tuning in tonight. Look, folks, the channel has been very flat over the last 2-3 months. I know I keep saying the same thing to you, and I know a few of you have seen me on the streets and said things like, "Oh, I love the podcast, all this," but it will come back. It will come back in time. It's been very busy at the moment. I've been trying to raise money for breast cancer awareness by selling "Come on the Hoop" stickers. I've been just busy. So get your comments in. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you are all feeling excited about tomorrow. Should James Forrest start tomorrow as well? Let me know in the comments, as we're missing Rio Atate and Jota as well. But Annie Ingles, Luke McCown, Paulo Bernardo, we players in that mix that can do a job anyway. Look, when Paulo Bernardo took that shot last year against Butland, and obviously Adamida got the rebound, unbelievable. But the thing is, Dom, right? He does put himself in a strong position to keep his job, but the problem is Spurs fans are very finical. They think they're bigger club than they are. They think they're a massive club. And yet they have the powerhouse of the Premier League money there. They have a good stadium. I feel sorry for him because a lot of the fans, when I was looking at social media the other night, a lot of the fans were like, having their doubts about him at full time. Still having their doubts about, is he the right man to push Spurs on? Look, at the end of the day, Spurs were pushing for Champions League football. That's their objective every single year, Champions League football. And they've got the Champions League football. Even though they finished 17th in the league, they got the Champions League football. Look, at would I like to see Ange back at Celtic one day? Maybe in the future, maybe 3 or 4 years down the line. But at the moment, we have a good manager, Brendan. And look, I know some of us were very hesitant about Brendan coming back. I was all in for Brendan to come back. And he delivered a double in his 4th season, potentially on the verge of delivering a treble as well. So fingers crossed we can get over that line. Let us know in the comments as well who your starting lineup would be. I know there's been a lot of talk about players being linked with players from France. There's been Giakoumakis talk. I even put up a post about Jamie Vardy. We're not linked with Jamie Vardy in any way, folks. A lot of people would probably say Vardy, 38 years of age, he's done and dusted. He'd be a dead rubber. Some fans would actually like Jamie Vardy. But thank you very much, Ryan. Ryan, will you do me a favour? Will you message any of me, Come on the Hoop Celtic socials, and what I'll do in the next 2 weeks, because I'm at the run now of the charity stickers. Send me a mail, and over the next couple of weeks, I'll send you a couple of Come on the Hoop stickers. I only have literally a handful left, so waiting for more stock to come back in. Just 2 seconds, folks. So I'm selling these stickers for breast cancer awareness. These ones are in bits, they're on the way out. So selling these 5 for 5 or 12 stickers for a tenner. So get in touch across the social media. One of the guys that watches my YouTube, Stevie, over in America, over in, I think it's Oklahoma. he emailed me and he wanted to buy the stickers. So hopefully he's received the stickers. Raising money because my two aunties passed away of cancer 2 years ago. Well, last year, two aunties, July last year, and then October. So I'm trying to raise money out of selling these stickers and give them back to a good cause. So that's the plan anyway. But I appreciate this description. As I said, I'm going to try to get back on soon. I know I've been MIA and it's not like I don't care. It's not like I'm an artist. I've just been so busy with other stuff going on in life. But how's yourself, Keith? I'm good. I'm good. Things are calming down. Just been busy with work and busy with other stuff. So unfortunately, YouTube had to take a back burner for a few months. And I'm not gonna lie, it kills me not coming on and seeing other folk doing their videos. And fair play to the lads, do good. But I'll get back there. Rome wasn't built in one day. Small steps to good success. But what a day last week. What a day. Now I didn't get to go to the game. Had friends over from Dublin and Belfast. We went up the Celtic way, missed the Celtic team with the trophy going into Celtic Park, missed them by literally 5 minutes. We were raging, and then we walked back we got the train back from Dalmarnock at the town. We watched it in Connolly's, drinks upon drinks. We were absolutely rubber duckies by the time we got to the title celebrations, and a good time in the Brazen Head as well. So a massive thank you to anyone that watches the podcast that bought the stickers in Connolly's or the Brazen Heads. I hope you enjoyed the stickers as well. But I'm glad to be back in some aspects. I can't promise you that I will be doing regular videos the way I used to, but I will try to get back into it. My other half keeps saying to me, would you not do a video tonight? Would you not do a video tonight? And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm burned out. I don't want to do a video when I'm not in the mood. Simple as. I wish I could whack a Red Bull in and do a video, but I don't want to give you false information. There's no point in me coming on and waffling to you about stuff that's not accurate. Simple as. But I want to give you my opinion on the whole Giakoumakis thing, right? Now, I watched the interview we done with the Daily Records. Yeah, the way he got treated at the club wasn't nice. He was only offered an extra £1,000 to sign a new deal per week. And this is a guy, when he came in, when Kyogo was injured in that 4th season under Ange, got something like 18 goals or something like that in that space of coming into the team. And I thought he was outstanding. Giakoumakis, I feel like we still haven't replaced him in that physical department, as in some people might say Adam Ida is like that, holds up the ball well, but in my eyes, Giakoumakis, I know Ida's still at the club and Ida's banged in 20 goals this season, which doesn't feel like he has banged in 20 goals considering the amount of football we've played over 50 odd games. Giakoumakis and Celtic won't happen ever again. Even though he's hinted for a move back to Europe and he loved playing for Celtic, and he still keeps in touch with Jota, and he still keeps in ties with the scores. And yes, he got that move to Atlanta, and then he ended up going to not Brazil, to Mexico. I loved GG. I actually loved GG. He had a reputation with the fans. He had a good link there, but he's in the past, folks. If the offer did come up, bring him back. I know we're linked to obviously Kvistagaard, and he came out this week and told one of the Danish outlets that he's if he has the option to leave in the summer from Brøndby, he wants to go. But he didn't say anything particular saying he wants to join Celtic. Like, there's Frankfurt's interested in him, Celtic have been interested in him, there's been talks of Schalke being interested in him as well. But 2 seconds, folks. Bloody ambulance going past. Don't want that burn years off you. So, Kvistagaard over GG, definitely. He's younger. A lot of promising talent there coming from Denmark. Still needs his Danish call-up. And look, Celtic are about to make money in this window with the sale of Jeremy Frimpong from Leverkusen Liverpool. I think it's £30 million they're looking at potentially for the sale from Leverkusen. Looking at Celtic could potentially make about just under 6 million quid out of it, which is good bit of business. Matt O'Reilly is being linked with a couple of moves as well to Serie A in France. Obviously, he's only started 12 games for Brighton, so we'll see what happens. See what happens with that as well. But Jeremy Frimpong, okay, ideal replacement for Trent at Liverpool. I know people ask me all the time in work about Trent and stuff. Like, look, at Trent is a bit like Tierney. He came through the youth system for Liverpool, went on to win everything, but his is different from Tierney's contract situation. Tierney had I think it was 3 years left his deal, and Arsenal came in. He wants to leave Liverpool because he's won everything, wants to go to La Liga, leave him be. Look, it is what it is, but we're dying to have Tierney back. Tierney will be in the stands at Hampden tomorrow as Celtic will play Aberdeen. What do you think of this top, by the way, folks? What do you think of this? Now, this is not a real deal top. I won't say where I got it. I won't say how much where I got it. But I have to say, for the concept, it is absolute belter. So comfortable as well. Very similar to the one that we had with the Team Crest one in Ange's first season. But B is saying too old and too much trouble. Well, we need to get a younger striker in at the end of the day. Nick Gold says, love Celtic, our family, it's the Celtic way or no way. What I want to say on the channel is today, now I put on my socials today, my thoughts and my prayers are with that Celtic fan that was sadly stabbed to death in Irvine Beach last week. Young Caden Moy. I put a picture up earlier on across Facebook and Instagram, and I basically just said, if it's the word that's going around saying, can Celtic fans do a minute applause for young Caden at Hampden tomorrow? Because my thoughts and my prayers are with his family. Such a tragedy for a young boy to lose his life. And he's a big Celtic fan. And you know what? When I typed his name into Instagram, he actually followed me as well. So I thought I'd put up a little tribute for him as well. I don't know the guy, sadly, but to lose anyone, regardless what football team you are, for a young boy to go out to the beach with his friends and to never come home, heartbreaking stuff. You know, I have an 11-year-old girl, and the fear of the way the world's going right now is just, it's scary. There's so much anger, divide within society, and football's a great distraction of forgetting about, stressing about bills, stressing about, you know, bigger things going on. But you know, football's an escape for a lot of us, and I see over the last few years of people watching me channel or watching me socials, and I have to say, with the sticker campaign I've been doing, a lot of people, it's hitting home with regards to them getting their stickers, talking about the family members who had cancer, who sadly passed away of cancer. It's giving back. It means that they're getting their money's worth. They're getting a message from me. They're getting nothing big, like just a message and stickers. It means that, you know, my stickers are going out, but we're giving back to something for awareness as well. But it's really sad, really, really sad regards to young Caden. And, you know, I'd like to get in touch with the family if anyone knows the family. And, you know, I want to express my condolences on a personal level, because, you know, this is a Celtic fan that sadly we've lost. And, you know, hopefully the fans in Hampden tomorrow, from both sides, even Aberdeen, do a minute applause. You know, quite sad scenes. But let's move on. Tommy says a lot of interest for Ingles from Atlanta. Well, look at it. They obviously pushed for Matt O'Reilly last year. They didn't get Matt O'Reilly. Bid upon bid, they're in for Arnie Ingles, which we signed from Wolfsburg. I thought he's played well. Rating out of 10, I'd probably give him a 7 out of 10. A lot of improvement. His fourth season as well. But look, Arnie Ingles, different climate football to the Bundesliga. It's more physical. Scottish football is a better, like, regards to, you know, technically, probably not, you know, but no one, like, the Bundesliga is miles ahead. But look, we get Bundesliga teams a good run for that money this year. Red Bull, beat them. Got hammered by Dortmund. We get Bayern Munich a good run for their money. 90 seconds away from extra time in the Allianz Arena as well. But yeah, hasn't been bad. I don't think Arnie Ingles will go. It will have to be more likely probably a 20 million, 25 million. I don't think he's at that valuation just yet. I know we bought him for around 11, 12 million, but we'll see what happens. Regards to the Scottish Cups, I go back to memorable moments. You go back to 16, 17, you go back to even the lockdown final where, the quad treble where we beat Hearts on penalties. My mate Gaz always says that's the best finals ever watched. I would disagree. I think not having the fans in the stadium that night really, really hurt a lot of Celtic fans. Not being there to see that team make history in a difficult time at that time. You go back to 2013 when we beat Hibs 3-0. Last year when we beat Sefco as well. That was a tight final, but get over the line. But Aberdeen will be out for revenge. There's no question about it. Let me see what this pop up. I just want to share this and show you. Present screen. Need to get a mouse that doesn't make so much noise. So this is the latest games against Aberdeen. 5-1 a couple of weeks ago. Obviously steamrolled that game at Pittodrie. The only shame was Rio Atate getting injured. Then we beat them again 5-1 at Celtic Park. And then we beat them away. Rio Atate scored that night as well. I forget who scored in the 5-1 game at Celtic Park. Does it say? Ah, Jesus. This thing is like dial-up broadband. Oh, there we go. So Maeda got 2, Yang got 1, McGregor got 1, and Jota. There's so many games you have to try keep your eye on. And remember, it's as Brendan said in his press conference yesterday, it's been a lot of football, it's been a lot of interviews, it's been a lot of preparation, and that's what it's part of the job. Where am I going? Just 2 seconds now. I want to go back into this head-to-head stuff. But beating them at Hampden in the League Cup semi-final is going to hurt them. It's definitely going to hurt them. Yeah, young Sean looks good. Looks like an exciting prospect coming through. Definitely Big Dom. Obviously good to see the passing album as well at Pittodrie. Good to see Johnny Kenny getting a goal as well a couple of weeks ago. His first goal for Celtic. I know there's been a lot of criticism on him, but definitely need to strengthen in the summer. I know some Celtic fans have been saying across other platforms, "I'll take Kyogo back for 3 million." I don't think we're going to get Kyogo back for 3 million, to be honest, which is an absolute shame for him in regards to Ren. But what can you do? I'm going to stay on for another 5 minutes because I've got things to do tonight, folks. Things to do. But I said I'd pop on, just brush the cobwebs away, tell you I'm still intact, I'm still in one piece. I'm excited about the game tomorrow. I won't be at the game. What the hell? Ink all over my hands. But I won't be at the game. I'll be sitting at home watching it. So I had my share last week of enjoying the celebration. So it'd be a quiet one for me. No alcohol. But look, I could celebrate another time. It's been a magnificent 10 years. It's been a magnificent time. We look when Brendan walked in the door the first time around, going invincible, going on to beat Aberdeen in the League Cup, and then playing them in the Scottish Cup. Then going on to do a double treble against beating. I think we played Motherwell in both finals, if I'm correct. Motherwell in the League Cup, and then the Scottish Cup when the Cham scored, and McGregor scored, and then the treble. Who did we play in the treble? League Cup was Aberdeen, and then the Scottish Cup we've been playing Hearts. We did Edward with the 2 goals. Then you go back to the quad treble at Hampden where we beat Aberdeen in the semi. Ryan Christie scored absolute crackers, and then Hearts in the final as well. It just feels like yesterday these moments, and Hampden's like a training ground for Celtic. How's it going, Edward? I hope you're doing well. Hi, mate. I'm the same. I'll be at home in the garden having a wee dram. it's scheduled to piss rain here in Glasgow tomorrow. So I don't know where you are, but I reckon Keane will start tomorrow and Forrest will come off the bench. I'd like to see Jamesy play tomorrow. I'd like to see Jamesy play. I know Keane played all right against St. Mirren, and Jamesy's magical moment at the end. This is what we live for. These moments. But yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. How's it, Edward? I hope you're doing well. Need to sign Lennon Miller. I don't think it's going to happen. I think, do you know what? This is my bold prediction. I think Bologna are going to sell Lewis Ferguson to like Atletico Madrid or someone like that, or AC Milan, and Lennon Miller will end up going to Bologna or somewhere like that. That's my weird prediction about. And you know what? My weird prediction is, you probably think I'm on the absolute glue tonight when I say this as well. I would not be surprised. I don't like saying these words, but I'm going to say, this is my shout on this, right? I would not be surprised if Derek McInnes goes in and signs Greg Taylor. I think Greg Taylor will plan to stay in Scotland. Obviously, Hearts is nowhere near Celtic level, but they won't even offer the money that he was getting at Celtic. But we'll see what happens. Brendan Rodgers has made it clear that he's left the door open for Greg Taylor. You know, so you might think I'm crazy with that prediction. You might think I'm nuts saying, "Oh, Greg Taylor is probably going to go to Hearts." Stranger things have happened in football. Football's Life, great channel, a great page. Miller replacement for Atate, ideal, hit the nail in the coffin. I've said it since last season. I think Atate will go. I think the problem is Atate, he's very hot and cold. I know he's obviously injured at the moment. It was a shame he picked up that injury. It was sad seeing Jota and crutches at Tannadice. It was sad seeing Rio and crutches at Paradise. It's just, I know it's a big, 100% it's a big step backwards for Taylor if he went to Hearts. 100% is a big step backwards, but I just have this weird feeling. Now, it could be completely wrong. I'm going off my head and my gut, but realistically, I love to keep him. I think Jeffrey will end up leaving Celtic. Obviously, he was a loan move. And congratulations to Jeffrey as well. He won the FA Cup and the league title on the same day. Crazy. Celtic all the way, of course. You're on the right channel, Nick. You're on the right channel. All the way. Won't stay at any team in Scotland other than us, mate. The money and the hate he gets means not worth it for his family. We'll see what happens. If he does leave, maybe he'll go to, well, he's going to be a free agent in literally the next few days. If he does leave, if he goes to English football, the Championship, that's his bet. That's the highest level he probably get. I wish him the very best. And look at, I've said it so many times on the channel with Greg Taylor, great servant since 2019. I was one of his biggest critics at times. See, the first 2 years when he was at Ward of Celtic short, didn't rate him. Didn't think he would. I think maybe because I was just feeling like, he's not Tierney standard. And I just think he started to get good and good. I remember at stages when Taylor was on fire, people were saying to keep Tierney out of Scotland squad and play Taylor. I remember that going into the Euros, not the last Euros, the Euros before. Regardless, tomorrow's game, Williams was raw, and we'll need to get Brendan Rodgers on a new deal. Europe was the best since 2013, and that's why Brendan is here. 100%. Even a new 2-year deal for Brendan on top of his current contract will be ideal, so we can, use the money to give him the money, give him the chest. I feel like we're gonna make about with Frimpong sale. With if O'Reilly goes somewhere, there's money there for us to be made. I don't know how much it'd be at. And if Keane, just say Keane was to go, even though I don't want Keane to go, could be potentially looking around 25 million, 30 million without even touching, because we have crucial games in August, Champions League qualified playoff rounds. Be interesting. You think you go EPL? Think EPL? KT will play the big games. That's why Taylor's looking elsewhere. But Taylor could come on if he stays. You know, Great Taylor's been a solid player. If tomorrow it'd be the last time he Celtic show good luck to him, I think it'd be fantastic tomorrow. Aberdeen, look, he's thrown his body for the club many times. And you know, players come and go, folks. As much as we have these attachment to players, they're just names. They're just part of our history. And if they make history as Greg did with trebles, well done. You know, if they haven't made history, like players in the early 90s, sadly, some players, you still remember them. You still remember them. And it's just a generation of fans that come through now. You know, they expect success, and it's very hard not to expect success, because you look at what we built under Brendan, under Ange, you know, even questionable under Neil Lennon, because Neil Lennon brought success as well. Even though he didn't win that title, still brought success from the previous season, and then coming in from Brendan. You know, the bar is high. The bar is high, folks, and the next step for Celtic is Champions League. And as much as I want to be in the creme de la creme, I wouldn't be really pissed off if financially, I think Celtic have enough money there to cover them if they weren't to get into the Champions League this season. But some fans want a good run in Europa League. And let me know in the comments if we don't get into the Champions League, which we should. You know, we have our Champions route through, but we need to play winning that playoff, and that's the most important thing. KT is a massive risk. He's always been injured. 13 different players since he's moved down, 13 different times. Sorry. Yeah, his injury record is abysmal, but he has been all right. He's been all right since the turn of the new year. So let's not just snap the Twix legs right now. Let's give KT a bit of hope. Yes, there's concern there that we're playing on Astro pitches like Rugby Park, and if Livy come back up with that result, which we don't want Ross County stay in the league. Scottish football's more physical. The pitches are worse up here. And no disrespect to all the linesmen or the groundsmen, the groundsmen in Scottish football. Some of the pitches are just in bits, full stop, you know. That's not just like he's gonna be there in the stand watching. Exactly. AJ, defensive midfielders. Look, I know I'm gonna sound absolutely nuts, but I would not be surprised if Celtic cash in on Carter Vickers this summer. He wasn't even picked for him, and Trusty weren't picked for Pochettino's next rounds of internationals with the US. So we'll see what happens with regards to that as well. Carter Vickers, he's still not the same player he was after he picked that injury up 2 years ago. I think Carter Vickers, pace-wise, doesn't have it. He's great at reading the ball. He's good in the air. But there's times with Carter Vickers where is he taking the league for granted? That's how I feel about Carter Vickers at times. I remember he was on loan from Tottenham. I was screaming, saying, please sign him, please sign him, please sign him. He's our best defender since Virgil van Dijk. Please sign him. And we signed him. And then we got the double package, obviously Jota as well. But see what happens. I'm going to stay on for another 5 minutes. I'm better ahead. Stuff to do, folks. But I'm glad you are tuning in tonight. 15 people holding that fort well. He still is our best centre back. There's no doubt that he's not our best centre. He's still our best centre back. But I think the club will cash in if an offer comes in for him. You know, yet again, hasn't been massive pressing the Champions League scales has been better in that level. You look at a game against Atalanta away, you know, some of the game scales has been good, but domestically, some of the game scales has been invisible. And players have up and down performances, and you need to stick by them. But realistically, see what happens. Nick says, really, Keith, no way, what a shite move. Is it what you're talking about? Vickers going somewhere in the summer, maybe, if there's talk. You know, I wouldn't be surprised the likes of Newcastle or something will come in for Vickers, or Palace or someone like that. It's all guess, it's all speculation. But we definitely do need We do need another centre back. I think Naroski will move on. I think another left back. We think obviously Tierney's coming in. That position needs to be strengthened. I'm quite happy with the goalkeeping department. I would like to see us go in for a guy that we had at our academy that got. I think he only played one competitive game for Celtic. Ross Doolan. Ross Doolan has been doing well for Aberdeen. I think with Bain on his way out soon, Bain has 1 year left in his deal. I'd bring Ross Doolan in from Aberdeen. I'm sure it wouldn't be that bad of a fee. Get him in the mix for not the coefficient for the homegrown players. And fighting Sinsalo for that number one shot. Look, Sinsalo can be a number one as well. When he's been called upon, he's been outstanding. I think he's 4 or 5 clean sheets for Celtic as well. But it's a bold shout. It's a bold shout, Ryan, but you never know. True. It's a good point, Tom. It is a good point, to be honest. But I'll try to get back on tomorrow night, folks. I'm not promising anything, but I will try to get back on tomorrow night. Probably be after about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Probably 9 o'clock. I'll get on and have a chat with you. Just see how we get on after this game. I'm nervous. I'm not going to lie. Some people think we're going to steamroll Aberdeen 3 or 4-0. I'm going to predict 2-1. I'm going to say 2-1 after extra time. That's my prediction. I think Aberdeen, they're pushing. They want revenge. They want some trophy, some silverware. They want to prove Celtic wrong. And yes, we've hammered them this season. But it's going to be a tough one. Good luck to your boy with the trial tomorrow as well. Look, there's always going to be them type of walks around as well. One thing twice about them, to be honest. We've had Ross doing that in our academy for years. I think he's done all right up there. In Brendan, we trust. Right, folks, I'm going to leave it there. I'll be back on tomorrow sometime. Please do subscribe to the channel if this is your first time tuning in. This podcast was just a chat, which is about just bits and bobs. It's not the full hour podcast I usually do, but I will get back into it hopefully soon. Hopefully when things calm down a little bit. 3-0. Thank you very much. As I said, Ryan, give us a message on the socials. We'll get some stickers sent out to you as well. But just thank you very much for watching. Hell, and enjoy tomorrow's, folks.